Welcome back, and do not forget that if you like, share, and comment on this episode, you will be entered into our $2,000 raffle, which was originally scheduled to be drawn on Cinco de Mayo, but is now going to be drawn on Friday, May 7th. That gives you 2 more days to think about what you'll do with that $2,000 worth of goodies. And again, I'd like to thank that woman that called in and placed an order. What was it, 2 weeks ago, Lazar?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Can you guys hear Lazar today?
I can hear myself.
Give a couple. You can hear. Oh, he can hear himself. There we go. The lady that called in and placed an order and referred to me as that crazy finance guy. I cannot get over that. And I want to thank you. Did you flash that up there, Lazar? And the man who suggested that we mic up Lazar, we have done that. So, bit of a co-host here, or maybe like what would you say, like an Ed McMahon type sidekick action. We got it going on here. So remember, we are going to switch to Fridays. We have found that we get more content and it's a little bit more relaxed on Friday rather than trying to implement ProPride TV in the middle of the week. And like always, we are going to start out with announcements. We are on the floor and you can hear noises everywhere, people. They're back there working on our new machines I'm going to show you. And I'm also going to show you a couple of other goodies that I'm sure you weren't expecting to see. And you can hear it's our new lathe or mill. They've decided to fire that up during the episode. So first off, don't forget, 0% financing ends today at midnight. Lazar, you got that up?
Yes, sir.
Lazar has that up. You guys can get any thumbs up? Everyone can hear Lazar?
I got
Good.
a thumbs
so
up.
You can even kind of interact with him. You can comment, and you can probably type back right there. Anyway, he likes interaction, people. So we also have the $2,000 raffle, which is going to be May 7th. And what that is you get all the goodies that are on there, including our new jacks. And if you already have something that's on the booty list, we will replace it or give you credit on ProPrideHitch.com or our sister site, ProPrideMarine.com. And let's take a look at the new machines. This is about a 15, 20-second little video. We have a brand new lathe and a brand new mill.
Play it?
Yes. Take a look at that. They can hear me, right, Reed?
Yep.
So that you guys can hear me right now. This is the mill working. We will be building everything in-house, people. ProPride people, that's 3P.
However, I was very conservative on the heat rate.
And then you will eventually see the new lathe.
We have room to go.
Pretty neat. Especially the people that like to build things. Speaking of building things, do not forget about our install network and our affiliate network if you like to talk about things. Lazar, you like to talk?
Always.
Always.
Why
He
do you
likes
think
to
they
talk.
mic me up?
That's why they see. Yeah, you got to rim shot that horrible comment. See, I'm teaching them how to be timely with comments. But anyway, we're back. Oh, we are back. See, I got him off kilter there. So now here's a big surprise that I am definitely very happy about. Put that up there, would you? It's a video. This is our new TV production room. That is going to be where we will broadcast. That is our set. Tell me that isn't cool. Unprecedented in the hitch industry. Is there a hitch industry? I think Brent's over here off to the side. He's going to be on. Is there a hitch? Would you consider?
There's absolutely a hitch industry.
Brent says there is a hitch industry. So let's take a look at it. Is that over? See, Lazar's
Yep.
not notifying me when things are starting and ending.
It was
so
right away.
This mic is added to his capacity, and it's throwing him off a little bit.
My ego is growing a little.
But see, there he is. I don't know. You better rim shot that horrible comment again. So anyway, that takes us to questions. Any questions?
No, just people thinking that this is super cool. That set is super cool.
All right. Wait till you haven't seen anything. The little rack that was in the back will hold an 80-inch interactive monitor like a Jamboard. We'll be able to do demonstrations while we speak, and it'll be interactive, and even be able to swipe it, kind of like how Iron Man did in the movie. So questions? No questions for Brent, me, you? What do we got?
Does Lazar have a face for radio?
Does Lazar? Who said that?
Brian Worth, I know who you are.
Brian Worth. Brian Worth asked, does Lazar have a face for radio? Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Give me some fodder. So, since there's no other questions, guess what it is? It's time for, you're going to have to put this up, Weather by Lazar. Take a look at him. There he is. He's got that sweater with no well, he might have a wife beater underneath it.
Absolutely.
He's got a wife beater underneath, but no button down or anything like that. And usually at this point, or not usually, last week we started, what job is he dressing for? Because we don't dress for the job we have, we dress for the job that we want. And rather than me tell you what I think, if you feel like chiming in, any good comments we'll read. What job does Lazar want dressed like that? So, anyway, that takes us now to reviews. The first one is an email, and this was written to our new guy that is assisting Mr. Brent McDowell. And we will talk about Mr. MCD in a moment here. But this guy, did you put it up there? And Alex is now part of the customer service and sales team, and he received a nice little email. Thanks, Alex. I'm a ProPride owner. I've been happy with the unit so far. Brent has been great help in getting set up and answering questions. I plan on becoming an installer and potentially stocking dealer for your team. Thank you, do we have the guy's name? Well, we have the email, but we don't have the gentleman's name. We will post that in the comments.
I think that was Terry.
Terry?
Yeah.
Terry, do you know Terry's last name?
No,
we don't know Terry's last name, but Terry, we appreciate this, and I'm sorry I missed out on your last name there. I sell and install hitches, and when I went to purchase my own unit, I was concerned about the ease of use, safety, and lack of sway. I've driven fifth wheels for decades because of this concern. I needed to switch to a travel trailer and went on a hunt for the best solution. I decided on either Hensley or ProPride. I felt your design was less prone to mishaps and pulled the trigger. I live in Kansas and have pulled already in 40-mile-an-hour crosswinds. I have to say the drive stability was good. It was as good as a fifth wheel. Thanks for the follow-up, and if you're in the area, stop in. Hey, Alex, you've got an offer. You could stop in. So there you go. What, Terry, right?
Yeah, I believe
Thank
so.
you again, Terry, and we will post your information in a formal thank you. So has anyone said anything about what job Lazar looks like he's dressing for?
No, but
No.
Sean said I have a face for free coffee.
Sean Woodruff says he has a face for free coffee. There's an inside joke there, and it's not appropriate.
Very.
We'll send a shout out to Mr. Pat Deary for that joke. And also, I always forget, one of our greatest sponsors, Mrs. Alex Huang. Thank you for everything that you do for us. That leads us to our next. We have 2 reviews today. This was a really neat post by Justin Keller. Justin Keller posted this and we pulled it down. So you're saying you bought this for me? Really? Yeah, pretty much. With a picture of his child standing next to the hitch. And what's even neat along with his post, if you look, Claire Bear said anything but orange, and Laura Sherman Perkins, because you don't put a price on safety. Thank you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. This is neat. And also, I noticed that Michael Bricknell, he liked the green. Did you see what they did there, Brent?
I see
They
that.
put tape on there so that way. I asked Mr. Woodruff himself. That's the way they can see it better when they're backing up.
Yep.
Pretty
Good
neat
idea.
little thing there. Brent approves, by the way.
It's approved.
Does Lazar approve?
Absolutely.
He's kind of a yes man when it comes to this, but that's okay. You need that when you're broadcasting. You don't need a naysayer during a ProPride TV broadcast. So now, none other than Brent McDowell. That's MCDOWELL. Brent McDowell is going to come on and he's going to talk about the chain lengths. That was suggested by Mr. Ryan Kearns, and he's also going to talk about the new jack setup. And you should be able to hear him. Can we hear him?
Everybody hear me? Yeah?
So here's Brent.
Awesome. I'm dressed to be a professional bowler. That's what I'm going for today.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Right, did I?
But it's also kind of Kramer-esque.
It is kind of Kramer-esque.
Kramer-esque.
Just got to get a little more on the top and
Yeah.
go from there. All right, so we'll cover actually 2 little things today because we had a request about the chains. So I'm going to lean down here if you want to follow me down this guy. Chains. There's a few different things. We want to try and keep these things, I guess, ultimately about 2 inches off the ground when they're all hooked up. This one does have the extension on there for that piece. The other crucial thing that's in the manual a few times, you probably won't be able to see it here, but they've got to be routed in between these bars. Never on the outside of these bars, always in between the bars. Bad things happen on the outside, yeah? So make sure that's the case. And then something to kind of check out on your vehicle as well, which you may not be able to see here too, but in the back here where the chains are welded to the frame, if this thing is, if they're welded to the front of that coupler, make sure that they're either moved or pushed to the side of there, because that will possibly come into contact with the back of your hitch, which you don't want to have happen. So that's just something to kind of check out. Not a lot of them are like that, but I've seen some that are like that, and you definitely want to kind of check that out. The other piece is with the B2 jacks. They've been working out fantastic so far. You got me up here. But they will, depending on how they're set up, depending on how much length you've got down here. We usually say about 5-6 inches for this guy here when you're hitching up, because it keeps the front nice and level on these. So 5 or 6 inches down when you're hitching, unhitching. This will change the pitch. These spring bars will, right? So this can come up on you a little bit, this linkage here. All you've got to do, if that's the case, is just put your foot on it right there, straighten it out, just like that. Simple as that, and that'll keep it nice and pitched the way you want it, and an easy hookup. Other than that, these things have been fantastic, lots of great feedback, and hopefully everybody that's got them is enjoying them.
Brent, could you recap both those, like the
Sure.
major points?
Yep. So major points on your hitching up and unhitching with this guy. If these come up on you, where if they move up the linkage here, all you've got to do literally is just step on that spring bar, and it's going to bring them back down and pitch that to where you need it. And these still control, so instead of going vertical, you can still go, horizontal. I'm sorry, not horizontal. You're gonna, they drop down and they come back into them side, or inside of themselves. So all you got to do is basically raise those up, but you still want 5 or 6 inches here. That's the key point there. As far as the chains, 2 inches off the ground is what we're looking for. So make sure that's the case with those, and make sure they are absolutely routed in between these bars, not on the outside, in between the bars. And that'll get your opening nice and level with these jacks here. And other than that, I think
That sounds good, Brent.
that's it. Nice, quick,
Excellent.
and easy.
I told you, Brent is the man. He is the man with the information. Any questions popping up on that, Lazar?
No, Eric Zorik said he sees too many binding the hitch because of improper use of the chain lately. So,
Yep, it's a
Brian Zorik?
Eric Zorik.
Eric Zorik said what?
Eric Zorik was just saying he's seen a lot of the improper use of the chain lately.
Oh, they can hear you now, so I don't need to repeat it. Well, when
And Peter's got a question.
Peter,
How
our
often-
Peter?
No.
Okay.
How often should one repack the bearings?
repack bearings. We say about 4 years or 50,000 miles is really what you need to do. So keep an eye on them in that time frame. But really, other than that, that's probably it.
Good information. Why don't we wait just a second and see if any other questions come in? Anything else coming in, Lazar?
Nothing as of
Any
now.
anyone comment on what job they think you're dressing for?
You know, I don't know if this was towards me or Brent, but Chris McKay says looks to me like he is dressed for the office mail guy.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's a little bit harsh there.
I wear a lot of hats,
it you?
so maybe, or
It
who
was when
knows?
you stepped up. so.
Lazar's kind of directing it at me, but I don't know. Yeah.
right.
I'd be a little chilly. I kind of need a sweater for that job. You know what I mean? So,
Rim shot.
Oh, did you hit it? All right. Did you do the cheering when Brent came on?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you, Brent. We really
Absolutely.
appreciate it. And now it's time to recap this week's episode. Do not forget that if you like, share, and comment, and if you share into a group, you get 2 entries. We've got the $2,000. I'm going to step up here, make it easy on the cameraman. $2,000 raffle coming up May 7th. Don't forget that I am very thankful for the woman referring to me as the crazy finance guy. And speaking of finance, 0% interest ends tonight at midnight. So if you're ready to pull the trigger, then get it done right now, and that gives you 18 months, 0% interest. The weather is overcast and chilly. We know that from Lazar. We understand that ProPride is continually moving forward. We've added machinery. We also have robotic welders on order, and we've built a production set where we will be broadcasting. And that leads us now to Dad Jokes, or affectionately known as Bad Jokes by Dave. And it involves actually Sean Woodruff. Sean knows that I work out every morning. He came up to me and says, you know, you ought to add lunges in your workout program. And I thought to myself, you know, that's one big step forward. So anyway, Brent is smiling, by the way. He's smiling and nodding his head, kind of like...
I'll give you the smile and the laugh.
The smile, okay. So that leads us now to concluding. Any more questions, Lazar, comments, anything we need to bring up?
Nope.
Okay, so stick around. We got a little bit of a video here, and I will be back next week, whether you like it or not.
Hey, Brent here with ProPride Industries. Let's see if we got it lined up. So he's got a camera, so you can probably do a pretty darn good job. We've got our install complete here. We're all hitched up and we're ready to take off. Beautiful. I'm going to take you for a little bit of a ride.